My name is Nonema Tegela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So I want us to talk about Judge Ratambo Kwatlenga versus Kelly Khumalo because the attitude of Judge Ratambo, yeah, that attitude it will drain life out of you, Gesana Opera. Anyway, guys, do you think if Kelly Khumalo can take a witness stand, Judge Ratambo Kwatlenga can take her serious? Okanye let's say uJaji Ratambo Kgatleng ambize ngo-section 186. He invokes section 186 and be like, ma'am, your name has been flying all over in this courtroom of mine. I wanted to hear from you because, Sana, you've been dragged in this courtroom. Do you think that he would believe anything that comes out of Kelly Khumalo's mouth? The way his attitude is, you end up not knowing what to expect of him, except for the obvious being rude. But when it comes to some other deeper things, you are like, I don't know what he would do, but I don't trust him. Yeah, you see, we all feel that way, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, there is one question that has haunted the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial for almost 12 years. What would happen if Kelly Khumalo finally entered the witness box? Not through lawyers, not through rumors, not through social media, but under oath called by Section 186, which is the judge. Because whether people like it or not, Kelly Khumalo was inside that house when Senzo Meyiwa, inside that house on the night when Senzo Meyiwa was murdered. Okay? She's not an outsider. She's not a YouTuber like me. She's not a commentator like me or you. She's not even a politician or a police officer. No. She is one of the people who was physically present with Senzo Meyiwa and when he lost his life. And she was the reason why Senzo was even there to begin with. So that is why we have these nuclear questions when it comes to Kelly Khumalo's name. Would Judge Ratambo Kgatleng actually believe anything that comes out of Kelly Khumalo's name, mouth? Or even more explosive, we can even ask, what if Kelly Khumalo testified that she does not know the accused, distances herself from all the allegations against her of being the mastermind, but then claims that, yes, Longotola was there. Yes, they were intruders, and guess who? Longotola and his younger brother. I'm just asking questions to understand. They were involved when the night Senzo was killed because they were the intruders. Would Judge Wata take those things? I'm not saying that is the case because Ulongo, I'm not saying Ulongo was with his brother. I don't know that. I'm just like making an example. What would happen if those things happen? Said, end up, do you understand? Would Judge Rata accept testimony in Jalo, or would he completely destroy it with his questions? So today, let's get and be brutal when it comes to that, because Sana, it is a lot of things that are happening at once. Kelly is not just an ordinary witness. The first thing people must understand is this. Kelly Khumalo is not an ordinary witness. She was inside the house. That immediately makes her one of the most important witnesses in the entire case. And any judge would listen very carefully to what she says. But listening does not mean believing. A judge does not ask, do I like this witness? Or else is not supposed to be moving that way. Do I like the witness? Judges must always make sure, is the witness credible? Is the witness reliable? Is the witness telling the truth? And that is where Kelly's biggest problem began. It could start there. Uguti, are you telling the truth? Are you credible? Are you reliable? All of that. Now, Judge Rata's courtroom style has been questionable the entire time because Sana, the things that he showed us, if there's one thing we have seen throughout this trial, is that Judge Rata demands evidence, ne? Hard evidence, objective evidence, corroborated evidence, only when it is supposed to, okay, only when the defense is concerned. But when it's the state, oh, Sana, he has repeatedly shown frustration with speculation, hearsay, and unsupported allegations. only when it's defense. Time and time again, he asks, where is the proof? When it's the defense. Now that means if Kelly Khumalo suddenly walked into that courtroom and presented an entire new version after almost 12 years of her silence, Judge Ratta's perhaps first question would probably not be who killed Senzo. His first question would likely be, why are you only telling us this now? That is the person that we have seen him to be. I don't know if I'm wrong. And that question alone could determine whether her testimony survives or collapses. Because Judge Ratta is giving a certain, I don't know how to put it, but yeah, Judge Ratta is giving. Now, it is very problematic, this part of silence. You know? We need to be brutally honest. Silence is Kelly's biggest legal obstacle. If she were to say, I knew all along that the real people involved were someone else, the court would immediately ask, why did you not tell police in 2014? Why did you not tell prosecutors? Why did you not tell courts for years? Perhaps she will have answers of, I was threatened, this and this happened, blah, blah, blah. But those questions would be really serious. And imagine being asked, why were you remain silent while other people were being arrested and prosecuted? You kept mum. Do you see also Kelly Khumalo will have problems? Those questions will be very devastating because courts are generally suspicious when a witness suddenly reveals circumstantial or crucial information many years later. That does not automatically mean the witness is lying, but it creates a massive credibility problem because you knew about this. You allowed us for 6 years to have Mongalindas sitting in this in prison and keep coming to court while you knew what happened. Also, possibilities of Kelly saying, I don't know the accused are very high, guys. I don't know the accused. Supposedly, Judge Ratuyambiza, she testifies, I do not know the accused. I have never known them, ever. I don't know them. Would Judge Ratta believe that? I'm just wondering those things, guys, because in my view, Judge Ratta is not supposed not to believe that, but he is supposed to compare her testimony against every piece of evidence. Well, like cell phone evidence, which says otherwise, she doesn't know them. Police evidence, which says she's the mastermind. Also, witness evidence, which is who are these people? The accused, they are saying they don't know her. That's what the accused are saying. So, and also he will have to look at the admissions, the so-called confessions, any objective evidence, which Judge Ratta will need to look into all of those things. And if there's no reliable evidence proving that Kelly knew the accused, the judge will have to accept her denial. He had no choice. However, if there are contradictions, her credibility would immediately come under attack because Sana, imagine, you do realize that Ulongwe Twala, in his so-called confession statement, he said Kelly Khumalo is the one that shot and killed Senzo Meyiwa by mistake. So imagine Kelly Khumalo comes in and says to us, actually, so imagine Kelly Khumalo, firstly, you know that Longwe Twala, in his own so-called confession that therefore says he took from him, he says Kelly Khumalo is the one that shot and killed Senzo Meyiwa by mistake. It was an accident. And now imagine Kelly Khumalo comes and says, actually, yes, we did have intruders. It was Longwe and his brother, and it was Longwe who shot and killed Senzo. For whatever reason, She starts explaining, etc., etc. So do you see, ukuthi le case lena is very problematic, guys. It doesn't matter what can be done. The case is problematic. It is very problematic, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Now, the question that I have is just that, but would Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng believe Kelly Khumalo? The reason I'm having that question is because of Judge Ratha, when it comes to other witnesses that are not called by the state, he makes it hard for us to see him as someone who is being objective, who is impartial, who is listening with the proper judicial conduct. The way he behaves, it makes you question a lot of things. It makes you question a lot of things. And yes, judges do not reject evidence simply because they dislike a witness, but would Judge Ratha blindly accept a completely new version after almost 12 years? I don't think so. But at the same time, based on his courtroom conduct, Judge Ratha would likely subject such testimony to extreme scrutiny. And the question would not be, is Kelly Khumalo telling the truth? The question would become, why should this court believe this version now? At the end of the day, the fate of Kelly Khumalo's testimony would not depend on rumors. It would not depend on social media. It would not depend on public opinion. It will depend on one thing: evidence. Is anything that he says supported by any hardcore proof? Because in a court of law, allegations are not enough, rumors are not enough, speculation is not enough, evidence is everything. And if Kelly Khumalo ever takes that witness stand, it may become one of the most important moments in South African legal history, because it will be an opportunity for herself to clean her image and to clear her name, and also clarify a lot of things. Also, she can come and tell us nothing but the truth or lie her tooth out. We don't know what she can do. And now that is why I'm sitting thinking, is it safe for defense to even think of calling her? Do they need to call her? Why didn't the state call her? But then again, all the witnesses that were supposed to be called the state and to be called by the state and were never called, they actually put a lot of things on perspective. They have actually put a lot of things on perspective, and we were left wondering, Baloyi, we were sidelining Baloyi Kesana. Now, do you believe Judge Ratha would take Kelly Khumalo seriously if she were to testify? Or do you think years of silence take Kelly Khumalo, will destroy her credibility completely? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this analysis, please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged. Senzo Meyiwa Murder Trial. I want to hear your views. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you. Happy Sunday. It's cold in Cape Town. It's raining cats and dogs. Where are you? What are you doing? Chapeau.